everybody. Just a quick update for you. The Roundtable Gentlemen is now brought to you by Audible.com.
Go to audibletrial.com/roundtable for your 30-day free trial.
Hell yeah, let's kick this pig, you fuckers.
The Roundtable.
Gentlemen,
Aye.
let's broaden our minds.
Lay on, gentlemen, and let them know what's what. Fire at will.
It's time for action, gentlemen.
Gentlemen of the Roundtable.
What's the topic of discussion?
Civility, gentlemen. Always civility.
Holden, you're praying.
Everyone close your eyes for a guided meditation. You're in a mouth. Your whole, all of you is. You can't tell what kind of mouth. It could be man or woman or fat man or small woman or woman that's small but has big feet or monkey or giraffe mouth. You could be inside of a lizard's mouth. You could be inside, it could be a cat's mouth. Spiky tongue. Is there a spiky tongue on that?
Yeah.
On the inside of the mouth there is? You're in a cat. Okay.
Stretchy paper.
You're in a cat's mouth. You come out. Oh my God, you're in a cartoon world. You're in Garfield's mouth. Oh. And he's sleeping.
Are you with lasagna, though?
Oh, you might have. You were inside a big lasagna. Garfield ate you. And,
sausage.
Yeah.
now you're in the stomach of Garfield. And there's a party going on there. And Bob Hope is there. And Jon Stewart is there.
Cool.
And he's retiring. And Bill Murray's in there.
Oh, but only ironically.
And Frank is in there.
Oh, she's hiding, though.
She's
That's a good
writing
place
and
to
writing and
hide.
writing and writing in her secret little book that no one gets to look at. It's over, Anne. You got out of the attic.
I mean, not really.
It's done, Anne.
I mean, she got out of the
She's
attic,
fine.
technically.
I went to
Did
the
you?
house, and I was baked out of my mind. All right. Now you're coming out of his fucking ass, and you're reading a newspaper. Oh, no, it's your father's grave! I'm good. Good.
All right. Amen, then. I guess so.
Thank you. Let's eat.
That was awesome. Welcome to the Roundtable of Gentlemen, everybody. We have Andrew Short sitting in for Ed Larson.
Sitting in for a big old fat Ed.
That's great, Andrew.
You gotta do your best Ed impression.
Oh, food!
That was great.
Nailed
He is
him.
fat, man.
That was
Nailed
so
him.
perfect. I was like, oh, that's pretty close. But then you said food, and I was like, Ed?
Yeah.
Is he here?
How does it
That's
feel to
great.
sit in that seat, slowly eroded by Ed's big
It
ass?
has a serious ass groove.
Yeah, I
that
bet.
My nimble ass is just in his right leg, I think.
It's got to be like
His right
sitting
haunch.
in a child's like car seat.
You know, ass groove is in the heart, and that means cholesterol.
There you go.
in the
I love Delight, and it's normal for your older brother to listen to that while dancing in the room with underwear on.
I wish.
All right, that was just a
Henry
memory
was
that
more
I
a
had.
Bee Gees character.
Was he?
You know, yeah.
Yeah, Jackie, you're here.
Yeah, man, I'm living la vida, Jackie.
That's good. You're feeling happy, Jackie?
Yeah, sure, man. I feel fucking great. Yeah, I
great.
got diamonds in my eyes and I got fucking baloney in my shoes because Ed's not here and I got something to remember him by.
Yep, that's right. That is what Ed smells like, shoe baloney.
Holdenators, ho! Are you a master nader? Find out soon if you are or not. I will be providing a series of tests on the Facebook page. I want photographic evidence of
You're
each
not
of
gonna
those
make
things.
any fucking tests.
Oh, there will be tests, m'lady.
You just called me a lady.
You're a strumpet.
All right, Kevin, you're here also.
Oh, I'm here, man. Bird Luger, a.k.a. King of the Gay Bars, man. I'm in it.
What is happening? You're going to
do
all the
that
gay...
shit. I'm at the gay bars, man.
What happened to you?
Hey, I realized they're good bars.
They are the best bars.
Positive vibes, bunch of weird stuff to look at. It was awesome.
I bet you get a lot of free drinks.
Oh, dudes are coming up all the time, which feels great. And then you get to watch, like, they had some dude on stage twerking and all this, and I was just watching that because that's fascinating. Never
How
seen
was
that
he?
before. He was great.
It's crazy.
He was fucking great.
I feel like the male twerk must hurt the male balls a lot. That's a lot of bumping around.
You got to do it kind of tuck, though, right?
I would guess
Yeah,
so. Do you
gotta
think they
do
were
something.
tucked?
I don't
Flapping in the wind.
know, man. He was just doing it like in his underwear, and which
so
is
it was
like
tight? Was it tight
it was
underwear?
tight. It was tight
Gotta be.
underwear, so it was like, it was held in, I guess.
You wrap bubble wrap around them. That keeps them
heard
safe.
All right.
Tape.
Sitting in the Chuckle Hut. We haven't said Chuckle Hut in a while.
No, we have not.
No, well, I'm bringing it back. Sitting in the Chuckle Hut, Amber Nelson.
What? Been drinking since 3.
That's great, Amber.
Sunday fun day.
Pow! That's me firing off a gun, which is cool. All right.
That is cool. All right, Marcus, let's do a news story.
Philadelphia jury on Tuesday awarded $2.5 million in damages to an Alabama man with autism who took the antipsychotic drug Risperdal as a teen and grew size 46 double D breasts.
Ooh.
Take a look at this specimen right here.
You can't even see the breasts.
You can see them.
I will be posting this to the live chat because we're live streaming right now.
That's
Hello
great.
to
I don't know. It just looks like a belly. I guess that's what that big of tits looks like.
Well,
right?
it's
They
down.
droop.
Yeah, they got all droopy. They're all
Put a bra on it.
Gross. It looks
Well, he
like
doesn't want to. He's a dude.
Why
Men aren't
not?
supposed to wear bras.
No, but
If you
they're
already
fun.
got tits, it's like, don't have bad tits. If
Yeah.
you're a dude, like,
Yeah,
keep them
strap
tits
'em
up.
in.
If you were a dude with tits, would you just look at your own tits in the mirror all the time? That's what I would do.
I guess so. It's possible. I mean, what did Richard Speck do when he was in the Chicago jail there growing those huge melons?
Time of his life.
The best time of his life whatsoever.
The problem is I have mustaches over the nipples, so I still know the remains.
Yeah.
So I can't really fake that I have woman tits, you know?
Yeah, but if they're bad tits like that because they sag,
Yeah.
you don't want to be looking. Because that's like looking at your mom's tits, which Holden would be
So?
into, but not everybody else be into.
Right. Well, a lot of guys like a big soggy titty. There's
Really?
dudes out there who can't get enough of this stuff.
A slidey titty?
Absolutely, because the gal bumps it up and down on your dick there, and the whole thing works out.
Uh-oh, I just popped in my pants.
Yeah, Holden's popped over there. The turkey is all
This
finished.
looks like a doorknob in the end of a very big tube sock.
Right. So does this drug, does it do it to women as well, or is it specific in the dudes? Because this seems cheaper than a breast augmentation surgery.
It's specific in the guys. From what I understand,
Does it give chicks balls? It seems like, why would it only affect dudes?
it's called gynecomastia, and it causes growths to develop on men's chests.
So they're not traditional titties. They're like lumps of
They're still
sort of
titties.
tumorish.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely saggy titties, but
Right.
think Bob in Fight Club.
Yes.
Like that. Yeah.
They're like cis titties or like tisties.
Yeah, they're not. I think they're
Sissies.
still soft.
Right.
Well, let me find out more about gynecomastia.
What do you think, Andrew? I guess you just got to get them lapped off, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
Right?
Yeah.
You can't go through life. I mean, unless you just owned it. Well, if you're a dude, this is not the biggest situation of all time
Probably
for
a
you.
lot of
you
money to be made, man.
Sure.
Would you rather have tits or go bald?
Well, that's a good question.
Go bald, because you can just shave the whole head and just keep living.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
not a
if-
lot of people look good bald.
You would look horrible bald, Holden. You are not a bald dude.
Yeah, that's
I bet he
'cause
has
the,
folds.
The top of it arcs up and then comes back, and it looks like a wave of skull and skin on top of my head.
It's very rare that you see a bad-looking bald person, though. I guess that's just like, is that evolution?
They're just meant to be bald.
Yeah, the guys,
because-
they're meant to be bald.
On the,
You
on the
can't-
computer, they're not that bad.
Yeah, do you guys want
All
to
right,
see
let's
some
see
pic?
'em.
Yeah. Let's check out some pictures of.
But it's hard if you are a man and don't want that.
Oh, that's
kinda bad.
terrible.
That's
what do you
bad.
mean not that bad?
There's one where a guy
oh,
has
those
a
are
nice,
titties.
yeah, a guy has a set of nice perky tits on the left. There.
Yeah.
Oh!
Those are nipples
Marcus
for
just-
days.
Gigantic nipples. Yeah,
Why
I mean
are they
these are.
so pink. They look like pig udders.
Just stretched out. They're not supposed to be that big.
Do you just drain them every morning? Don't look at Dad.
yeah, I mean,
Do you think they get paid half as much?
this guy seems to be owning it. I will say, what kind of world, society we're living in? These guys are taking selfies with their titties
Because
and
they're
just posting them up.
confident.
But yes, well, okay,
Wear
good
a
for them.
camisole. I think put on a camisole, you're fine.
Yeah.
Duct tape them. Duct tape them painfully back into your
Like
chest.
in like Hillary
it's,
Swank.
it's God's way of telling you to get into porn. You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, Jackie, if you're with a dude and he whips off his shirt and he unveils massive melons, but he's got a beautiful dick, is that good? I mean, you've dabbled in the female arts.
Yeah, but I mean,
You got his titties slapping you in the face?
There's a big difference between male titties and female titties.
Yeah, male titties are gross looking, and then female titties.
His hair
You
all
know,
over
it just
him.
depends on how funny he is, because isn't that all that matters, guys?
Yeah, his sense of humor.
Yeah, it's a sense of humor.
funny
If you had a
comment.
bra on, that would be fun, because it's always fun for like a woman to take off another woman's bra. That's always
Yeah.
fun.
Right, and then it's the big reveal.
Yeah.
I want to say that man has big titties. Like women, like people say women have big titties, like dinner plate nipples, but he's a dude with big titties. So I want to say like Swanson man dinner nipples.
Yeah, Hunger Man nipples.
Hunger man.
I just feel like especially with like a man on top, if his breasts were hitting me in the face, that would be a huge turnoff. Woman's breasts hitting me in the face, whole other story.
Yeah,
it's a flap factor.
It's a flap factor?
Yes.
And
But I
the
also
male flap is less desirable than the female flap.
Yeah, but I also haven't had sex with a lot of older women either. They were all young, tight college women.
Yeah, you got it out of your way, out of your system at the best possible time.
Yeah, they were all so tight, man.
I have this just very disturbing image of a guy trying to titty fuck himself right now in my head.
Right.
The dude hunched over his own dick, just stretching out his tits. Yeah, kind of.
Marilyn Manson did that.
Yeah, that's right. He got his spine removed so he could tit fuck himself. I remember.
Yeah, I remember that rumor right after he was on the Wonder Years.
Yeah, exactly.
I love
after
that.
the Wonder Years run.
So this poor autistic kid is walking around with huge titties, which has to make his life harder, I guess?
I don't think he really cares. I mean, you saw the picture of him. He looks like he doesn't have a care in the
He's
world.
playing D&D. He's masturbating. He don't give a shit.
I don't know, man. He's broken, man. He's gotta be broken.
Yeah.
I saw this video or documentary a while ago. I think these guys, there's two guys in Brazil or wherever they were like brown, you know? And it was two dudes and they were brothers and they had the most perfect titties I've ever seen. Like the tits were like gorgeous, so beautifully
Were
sculpted.
they implants?
No, they just had a condition where both of them had that, and their lives were so horrible. Like, it was like the most.
Oh,
it was
really?
The saddest and because of that documentary, I think it's like they ended up. People raised money for them to get the surgeries for them to get cut off.
Oh my God! Once they start crowdsourcing like your fucking titties, that's not great. When you have to get a Patreon account so you can look like a normal human being,
Calling out your rich family members.
Like these kids, they were like 17, 18.
Oh, that's a tough age to have titties if you're a dude.
And it was like C cups, like perfect, like the most perfect, nice looking tits.
And somewhere there's a flat-chested chick just looking at him, being like, "Why?" You know, and then she doesn't believe in God ever again.
What's everybody's perfect tits? You know, like what celebrity or personality you've seen their tits? What do you think is perfect?
I think they have to have a certain amount of confidence. They have to be buoyant.
Who is it?
The tit. Oh, I don't know.
Specifically,
perfect tits right now. I very much enjoyed Jennifer Lawrence. I think that I used to be into the very large, sort of the, what's the redhead?
When it comes to small tits, Amy Adams in American Hustle.
Oh, perfect.
Has insane, awesome small tits.
Yeah.
There's like two different, though. There's
They're
like
alert.
big bongos, and then there's like little perkies. And I definitely am a fan of both in their many different forms.
Sure. That's a good point.
I don't think there's no tit that's horrible. Right?
Oh, there are
except for no tit.
Well, it
except
ruined
for
Tara.
little boy.
Jackie, you'll know this from your page 7 expertise. Tara Reid's breasts literally got her kicked out of Hollywood because they got all disheveled and odd looking.
I mean, I'm on this Tumblr page called Empty Tits.
And what's an empty tit?
Saggy tits.
EmptyTits.tumblr.com.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Right. So this happens when a girl goes through pregnancy or maybe some massive weight loss and weight gain, and then
she needs some collard
I've
greens in
seen
her
them.
life. Oh no!
Oh man!
Yeah.
Oh, what's she doing?
I mean, I don't think we should be looking at these.
No.
Just keep going.
Makes me feel safe.
And there's just a dude's dick. All right, it's turned into dick territory.
Yeah, no, it's just...
But there's a whole spectrum of tits, and for that autistic kid, that's great.
Yeah. He's doing awesome. Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't care, then nor do we. You know, if you can walk around and be confident with your titties, that's all that matters.
Hey,
like
the
99%
cow
of it.
that milks itself is the cow that lives 1,000 lives.
That's right. The cow that never goes thirsty is the cow that milks.
Old Indian proverb.
Yeah. And this guy is not the only person. He is the first of thousands of people bringing this suit against GlaxoSmithKline that makes Risperdal.
When they were doing the commercials, which I assume this is an advertised product, don't they be like, may cause depression, may cause suicidal thoughts, huge titties may occur. Make sure you go to a medical profession when your fucking tits get massive and rock hard.
Well, that is why the family is suing, because they were not adequately warned.
Yeah, you got to put this in the
That's
advertisement.
a huge thing. He can't go anywhere. He can't,
Right.
you say the beach is done for him.
Oh, absolutely.
He was already autistic. I think the beach was already done.
That's not true.
It's not even done. It's just he was already wearing the T-shirt to the beach.
Yeah,
that's
into
true.
the water.
You know, I have a huge problem with pharmaceutical big farm because years ago I went on birth control and I was walking down the streets and I would pass out. Many times, just like hit the fucking ground.
The patch? You go on the patch? Was it the patch?
I would wake up and I'd be like, you know what? I'm on this new drug that's from a pharmacy. I don't take any, do any other things. And I stopped doing it. I was fine. It was Yaz.
Well, Yaz had a class action lawsuit, I believe, right?
It's killing women. I have a huge problem with just big farm. Just putting like a bunch of men in a bunch of like a laboratory, just mixing together chemicals. I mean, like, you take this.
You got to get in on the lawsuit. There's a huge lawsuit.
Massive lawsuit.
For like a month. I don't think it'd be worth it.
Yeah, and then you get like $15.
Yeah.
You know, because they got to pay out everybody.
It ain't right.
Yeah,
but you didn't get pregnant, so it kind of worked that way.
Anyways, just
maybe it was just like every time you thought about a dick or every time you got sort of aroused, your body just like made you pass out, and that's the birth control.
Man, I would take that birth control. I'd be out most days of the week.
You do the birth control thing, Jackie?
Oh, yeah, I got it shoved up inside me.
That's right. I was dating this Australian, or never dating her, but we were hanging out, and she's from Austria. She had the microchip birth control thing, which is coming
like
to the
Black
U.S.
Mirror.
Yeah.
Damn.
And it was in her arm, and every 2 years you go to the doctor and they pry it out of your skin, and then they put another one back in you, but it's very safe.
Have you seen the commercials for that chip? Because
No.
they're like, sometimes the chip gets lost in your body.
Where did it go?
And it has a cartoon diagram of a chip like floating through a person.
Yeah, but they say that about condoms.
You know?
And
I don't know.
I don't want a chip floating through me. Just wear a fucking condom, man.
Well, she was Austria. I mean,
Chicks
that's
don't like
German
condoms.
medicine. I think you can trust
Never
German
yet.
medicine.
So how'd you guys come up with this microchip idea? What'd you like to know?
There were a series of failed trials.
First was on monkeys that were unwilling.
There was on little girls fused together.
I mean, it's great. A lot of great medicine. All right. Okay. Yikes.
Vaccinate your children. All right.
Vaccinate your kids. That's the message here.
All right, next.
So the
Shoot 'em
autistic
up.
kid
I
has
got blood.
titties.
I got blood taken out of me recently.
Why?
I'm about to find the results. Blood work, Ben. I'm
AIDS?
going to the doctor now. I'm
You
trying to
got
live
AIDS?
right. I don't know. I got to go find out on Wednesday. I'm terrified.
Yikes.
Well, I can't imagine you go to a real doctor.
No,
And
he
it's
was-
just some
yeah.
guy who's like, yeah, just pee into this.
I'll lick it and tell you if you got AIDS or not.
It's my Xbox. My Xbox. You can download an app that just it'll be your doctor and like needles come out of it and stuff.
That's
Yeah.
what I want.
Yeah.
I just want an app for it.
Yeah.
Tell me if
doctor-
I'm pregnant.
I think that, there's an app for it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start pissing on my phone.
Yeah. That's what you got to do.
You know, there's dollar store pregnancy tests, and it says, you fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like $1.59. I've bought those before.
Did it work?
You can't trust them though.
No.
You have to buy like 15 of them and like weigh out the one that says you're pregnant or not pregnant more is the one that is the answer. Took so long for me to say that.
It was good though. Did what was the doctor's face like when he was checking up and down on your body? Did
Well,
he
I
mention?
showed him my skin tag that's on my pelvis.
Oh, yeah. We all got
so
skin
gross.
tags.
Yeah.
No, we all don't have skin
I'm going
tags.
to the. All my naders would probably like to know. I'll be hitting up that dermatologist soon. Really figure out what's that skin on my body is.
That's great.
I'm pretty excited to find out.
Are you going to get the skin tag removed? And if you do, maybe a Holdenator deserves to get in the mail.
Well, the problem is the dermatologist did take one look at me and said, "You're going to have to stay overnight. We're going to have to, you'll get there at 6 a.m. We'll start the tests on your skin. Hopefully, you'll get out of there 5 p.m. the next day."
You know,
Is that true?
I
think that's true.
First Holdenator that sends a letter to Creek Cave Comedy Radio, a letter with another letter to return. Holden will take a skin tag and put it in that envelope.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, but that
send it
means
to
we
you.
have to cut it off.
Yeah,
No,
we'll
the
cut it off.
doctor's going to cut it off.
No,
You
we'll
don't
get
get a
it off.
skin tag afterwards.
You get dental floss.
I know
you
this
wrap
because
it
I got the
around.
other cyst on my neck. I got the goo taken out. They let you keep it, and I have another cyst in the back of my neck. You see this bump here?
Oh, yeah, I see
I'll get
it.
that removed. They let you keep all that gook.
Yeah.
I mean, goop.
All right, it's
Gooper, like Snooper. I mean,
Just send a letter to Cave Comedy Radio.
Oh, he can say it?
And
In that context, it's better than the context.
So it's pus inside your neck? That's better?
Yeah, because I'm not referring to a people.
Yes, that is better.
All right, Marcus, let's move on. What's another news
Send a
story?
letter.
Let's move on to another story. An elite boys' school in Sydney paid tribute to a teacher dubbed a, quote, notorious molester with an inscription on its memorial gates that read, "He touched us all."
Yikes.
I like notorious molester. I want to see a non-notorious molester.
That's most of them.
That's every priest working today. Yeah.
I'm this fucking dude.
This sounds like how the movie Doubt should have ended. Then I would have enjoyed it more.
Yeah.
Also, no one in the whole movie ever said, like, I highly doubt it. You know? I was waiting for that. Pretty fucking doubtful. Like, no one said any line like
Also,
that.
that was another Amy Adams movie where if there was a movie I wanted to see her tits, it was that movie. She was so sexy as that innocent nun in that movie. I was like, take it off, man.
Her and Meryl Streep just going at it.
Just like
teaching her the
licking.
ways of Christ.
Yeah, and like Meryl Streep,
One
she
bite
has
at a
saggy
time.
titties. You got to know
No, she
that.
does not have saggy
has
titties.
to, yeah.
No way. You know what I'm thinking about now? There's a movie, what is it? The Sentinel, Beverly D'Angelo. Best tits in Hollywood history.
Beverly
She's still looking
D'Angelo.
good.
She's
Yeah,
the
man.
wife from A Christmas Vacation.
my
She's
God.
Mrs.
The
Griswold.
Sentinel, you see her
I was
breasts.
about to say, you can see her
Yes.
breasts on full display in The Sentinel, one of my favorite horror movies.
That's what I said.
You said The Sentinel?
Yes.
Huh.
I don't remember.
I said it out loud. How didn't you hear that?
He got that little thing inserted in his ear where he can tune you out.
No, he has
whatever.
headphones on. He has to hear me. Marcus!
Yeah, I can hear him. I can hear him real fucking well.
You know, when you got titties, you get hair coming out of them, right, Jackie?
You got to.
You got hair coming out of
Maybe.
your nipples. We all got that shit.
Maybe
So-
I'll save it. Yeah, but do you shave it? Do you pluck it?
I was with
pluck
this chick
that
with
shit.
very hairy titties, and I was very disgusted.
Really?
You can't have
can't
very
do
hairy
that, man.
titties.
I was
You pluck
disgusted.
it. You see a hair, you pluck it. You get it out
have
of
to.
there.
Out of your life. But I wonder if like older women have like gray hairy titties.
I don't know. I would assume it does. Kevin, you ever
Probably.
been with a chick with the hairy bosom?
I don't know. I think there was like a chick who had like I saw like a strand or two. And I
Every
was
woman
just
has
like,
it. And you just deal with
Well,
it.
of course.
You got to
Good
deal
women
with it.
deal with it.
If you don't deal with it, you're sending a message to everybody, and that means you don't care about the person who's seeing them or the rest of the world. You
That
have to
also,
deal
there's
with
a
this.
good amount of women that just don't look at their titties.
What do you
which I
mean?
found. I look at my titties all the time. I massage them. I look at them. I just stand naked in front of it. Because if you're not looking at your titties, you don't know if you have a hair on, especially on the
Yeah,
bottom
but what
side.
women aren't looking at their breasts?
A
I mean,
lot
it's
of
their chest.
women.
How do you avoid
A
it?
lot of women don't want to see it.
Yeah, they don't. They don't want to like look at their bodies.
They don't wanna look at their
They're
body.
ashamed.
Well,
And
I don't know
they're
about
ashamed
all
Which
that.
they
because the
should be.
magazine-
Yeah, they should be fucking ashamed.
Media.
Because they're all fucking
know
gross.
that.
But you know what? I look at full-fledged, fucking lay out, and I go, what's going on under here? Is there a hair in my navel?
Yeah.
Because I want to fish it out.
All right.
Yeah, you
Thank
gotta
you.
pull it. Get in the shower, pull it out.
Yeah, get in the shower, pull
I
it
hooked up with a
out.
girl in college who had hairy titties.
Like
and it was like a
actually hairy?
monk
Like-
cap.
But you have
Like
to
a
deal
monk
with it.
Monk haircut.
It got in my
The
teeth
round-
and stuff. That's when I found out about him.
You have to deal with it. Every woman has a stray hair or two, especially.
She had a
but
lot.
You gotta
No,
deal
but
with
she
it.
had-
like a part.
You deal
Yeah.
with it.
I didn't realize it was such a phenomenon. Who knew?
I mean, hell, I was just looking on girlhairytits.tumblr.com.
There's a Tumblr, huh?
These Tumblrs.
Man.
Ooh, can you
Tumblr-
show us a picture, Marcus?
There's a Tumblr for everything.
I think that's entirely true.
I don't know
Girl-
if I
it's
want
girl-
to look at a bunch of hairy titties.
It's girlshairynipples.tumblr.com.
That don't look at hairy. Don't look at hairy.
It just looks like
don't.
nipples.
Oh no, there's hair.
Oh, that's a big old hair. No,
Oh no, there's hair.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Oh, there's hair.
You know you got those hairy tits, boo.
I don't think it's that bad, honestly.
Oh,
they
those
look
are
fun.
beautiful tits.
Yeah, but if you have
fine.
someone that like is into like putting their mouth on your titties, I feel it's just respectful to
Yeah.
get the fucking hair out of there.
Yeah, but then you got razor bumps all over them.
No, you
know,
pluck
then you're
it out.
kissing.
Boop.
Yeah. Oh, you
A
gotta
boop,
do the
a boop.
pluck, sure.
Doesn't that hurt like a fucko?
No, it's a second. It's not
got
even.
to.
It's just a boop.
All women hurt all the time.
Yeah, we
have a thing
pluck
called
everything.
periods where our body bleeds.
All right, let's not talk about it anymore.
We're well aware of women's
I ain't
periods.
never
Amber.
had one before.
I agree with Jackie. All right, Marcus, what are we talking about?
Knox Grammar School in Wahroonga, Sydney,
Yeah.
paid tribute to its former art teacher Bruce Barrett with the inappropriate memorial saying he touched us all.
Right.
Despite his convictions for sexually assaulting students during his time at the school, former Knox Grammar School student Scott Ashton told an Australia's Royal Commission he was deeply confused by the memorial at the school, which is subject of an investigation into its response to sexual abuse allegation. They're doubling down.
So they have no problem still giving him this award and this plaque, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he was a notorious molester. He was convicted for it. They're under investigation for covering up.
Yeah.
Yet, they still put out the memorial saying he touched us all.
And that's pretty funny.
Yeah. You got it.
It's kind of hacky, but it's still
Like,
pretty
it's one of those
funny.
things where it's like, I heard it today, but probably about Wednesday, I'll be walking around outside and he's be like,
Yeah. A slow burn there.
I feel like it's kind of like based on our entire lives. When you have something that you deal with in a way of humor, it's much easier. Like, I feel like my high school had a terrible molestation issue with a teacher that ended up killing himself in his own classroom. What? So I feel like if we had just made a joke out of it afterwards, then we could have gotten past it, as opposed to no one ever talked about it ever again.
Jackie, so you're telling me that like a dude molested kids at your school and then he got found out about it and then he killed himself in school?
I feel like I've talked about this on
I've never heard of this.
That's fucking wild, man.
We went to IB program, very prestigious program, top in like the United States.
Yeah, so the smart kids go in public school.
Smart kids go, and he was one of the higher up in the history department. He taught seniors, and his daughter was a senior when Henry was a senior in high school, and he had sex with other students previously, but he was currently having sex with his daughter's best friend.
No. How old was she?
She was 16, 17. She's a senior in high school. And people found out about it and immediately, like, cross-wide scandal. So, like, and he was, like, a hard ass, just, like, scary motherfucker, and he hung himself in his classroom.
Oh, that's a cool way to go.
Yeah, and they found him, and they just covered it all up. But he had been molesting, like, I mean, I guess it is it's terrible to say, loose term, but they are 17 years old. They're not 11.
Yeah.
It is a different thing altogether.
I wouldn't call it molesting. It's just like inappropriate.
But it's inappropriate. It's inappropriate relations that he had been having sex with his students for like years and years.
But he wasn't like
years.
holding them down and telling them that they get in trouble if they told anyone.
No, it was
molesting.
people. It was 17-year-olds that wanted it.
I feel like there
guess.
should be different terms sometimes.
Yeah, because he was like an international scholar.
I mean, this guy's a piece of shit, but there should still almost be different terms almost.
Yeah, he was just using his influence. But I mean, what's the difference between that and a professor that does that with an 18-year-old? I mean, there's no fucking
that's
difference.
fucked up too, though, kind of.
It is fucked up.
It's just not illegal. It's just
I don't think he should have killed. I mean, he just didn't want to deal with the scandal, so he just killed himself.
Right.
Or she's a student of his.
And also the fact that he got caught with his daughter's best friend.
Yeah, that's
very intense.
No. She dropped out. There was a whole big insane
I'd also
thing.
feel one way if it was just one girl, but if it was
There were
many,
multiple,
then it's different. Then it's a little bit more of a predatory.
She was the only one he got caught with.
Exactly, right? Like, but that means that, like, he had, like, a problem as opposed to, like, him
But he
just
was a
fall
power
in
influence.
love
His
with
problem
her.
was like, what am I gonna do with all this pussy? Guess I'll- I like that he hung himself, though. That's what more people need to do. We need to bring back the public. People need to feel bad about what they've done wrong and take action on their own accord, like Bud Dwyer did when he was busted in the scandal where he was laundering money or whatever the hell it was, blew his brains out in front of everybody.
Wait,
this
is
guy
the
hung himself.
maraschino cherry guy?
Maraschino cherry
that's
guy.
a different thing.
Is he another person who killed himself?
Yeah,
What happened with what?
Oh, this is fun.
Oh, I mean, the guy that owns maraschino cherries, which everybody knows and loves.
It's the only.
That's right. This
Yes.
is local. This is here in New York City.
Yeah, and he had this insane like weed selling drug ring, but like this is like a family owned company.
Yeah.
He had all these insane
He had
cars.
a cave that he had dug into the side of a hill.
But what was so
Cool.
sad is that the cops came in because he was putting all the cherry juice and like turning all the pigeons red and things like that. Like that's what they were investigating, and that they came
God,
in.
I feel like this. Did he also have the Go-Gurt factory and the Fruit Loop factory in there
No,
too?
but they found a bunch of weed, and then
90
went,
pounds.
Like they found 90 pounds of weed.
That's great.
He saw them going into the room, his covert cave.
Oh,
he went
no.
into the bathroom, blew his brains out, and the cop, which like makes me so sick to my stomach, the cop was like, honestly, with what he had, he probably wouldn't have even served jail time. Like, because he didn't have, like, the intent to, like, sell. He didn't have anything. That he just had a bunch of weed.
And he had enough money for a defense.
Well, he had 1,200 plants and an irrigation system and high-end growing lamps. Like, he had...
But
he wasn't selling it, and that's a different thing.
He wasn't selling it. And that he could have gotten off with a fine. He wouldn't even serve jail time.
He said something like, take care of my kids. I just need to
his sister.
I need to go to the bathroom real quick.
Well, usually he doesn't tell me to take care of his kids when he's about to go take a big dump. So I think he's going to shoot himself. They should have just punished him like a father punishes his kid after he finds him smoking cigarettes. They should have just made him eat an entire jar. You eat all the cherries in this entire factory, and then you're fine.
It's so sad, though. They're like, he wouldn't have even gone to jail.
So sad. How long ago did that happen?
God.
A week ago.
Wow.
I didn't hear about that. Very cool.
God, but he thought he was going to jail forever.
He thought his whole life
He was publicly shamed. We need more shame in this country, though. I fully support what this man did. He felt shamed and he took his own life.
Italian shame. It's like maraschino cherries. That is Italian thoroughbred Catholic guilt that made that man put a fucking bullet in his
That's
brain.
why the Catholics need to regain control of the country. We need a Kennedy in office.
Maybe he
we
was
need some
afraid
guilt.
of associating Italian Americans with crime. And you just couldn't handle that.
That's probably what the problem was.
Yeah, interesting.
Oh, man. Someone on the live stream they pointed this one out to me. There was a kid last summer who killed himself because he was videoed masturbating in the bathroom at school. And they just spread it around. So,
that's not good. That kid shouldn't have killed himself,
but
though.
It's
That's
public
sad.
shame, though, when you're that young.
Yeah, but I don't think there's anything wrong with jacking off in the bathroom at school. Everyone jacks off in the bathroom at school in high school.
But also,
Got to.
especially,
I don't know about
yeah, but high school is look at masturbation different. High school is look at masturbation different. They're like, oh, you please yourself? Yeah, fuck you. You're fucking asshole.
No, they don't. All high school kids
do.
talk about is jerking off.
Nobody masturbates.
They don't know.
No, man.
There's no way.
No, I think you did.
Yeah.
I mean, we
No,
all
you don't
did.
deny. You do not deny masturbating when you're in high school.
I did not masturbate in school.
in
Nobody
school.
here masturbated. Did you masturbate in school, Marcus?
Not in school, but I also didn't deny it.
Yeah.
Like, after school, like, I'd be like, okay, let's hang out. I'm going to go home and jerk off, and then we can, do our shit, but I got to go take care of something first.
Every once in a while, people would be funny about it, shit. But like a lot of people, if they're straight up, like if you got caught, jerking
if you
off,
got caught,
That's
that was
the
something
end
life
of it.
was over.
That shame, when you're that young, you can't fucking handle that shit.
It's bizarre, though. This guy, so somebody else must have been filming him jack off in school, right? I mean, he probably didn't film himself. That's almost impossible to do.
Someone, they put a little GoPro over the stall.
So if this kid,
and then filmed him masturbating in the stall.
So
they put it on Vine, and
what that kid just did was
person
create
should
child
be-
pornography. So this kid should have been smart enough not to blow his fucking brains out, but should have called the cops and be like, "Yo, so this guy is now a child
Billy's
porn."
going to prison forever.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
that
like
dude's life would be
online
more
bullying.
over than the guy who jacked off in a stall. Because yet sometimes you got to rock hard in high school. It's just genetics. You can't not jerk off, or you're going to have a pain in the balls.
Suicide is the best revenge because whoever took that video is now haunted for the rest of his or her
care.
life. Oh,
Yeah,
He's
he
the
might
same
not
kind
care
of guy
right now,
who would
but he'll
jerk.
care now.
Yeah, in a couple
They
care
don't
in a couple
10
years.
years, he'll be like
I
devastated.
I
Maybe.
really hope that guy that took that video or that guy or lady goes to jail forever and also gets another court case for manslaughter because they are a part of that.
Well, you can't be blaming everyone for people killing themselves.
You can.
I'm happy that online, cyberbullying wasn't that big of a thing when I was bullying.
I would've got
people.
my ass
Oh, you
Because
would've
I
been so
I would've
mean,
been put into
Jackie.
Jail.
Oh, you
I was
would've been
already
horrible.
So horrible in school, but at least when school let out, I wasn't haunting them when they were at home.
Right.
I didn't have that
But then
you weren't putting cameras in the bathroom.
No.
If you did get to cyberbully them, though, they would realize you can't spell, and then they make fun of you.
I know
so
how to
that would be
spell.
pretty good.
I'm pretty good at spelling.
Oh, okay.
You're pretty
Yeah,
swell.
okay.
You're
I'm
pretty
pretty swell at spell.
That's the funniest thing with these cyberbullies. They're actually they're smarter than you think. Yeah. It's difficult to convey a strong message of hate, constructively and enough to lead somebody to suicide.
Well, that girl
via
just got
Facebook.
charged with manslaughter. She was the girlfriend of that boy that
Well, this story is
committed
very
suicide.
intense. So there was a boy who was extremely depressed, and he wanted to kill himself via carbon monoxide poisoning. So he went into his car, shut the garage door, turned down the car, got out of the car because he was like, he's coughing a whole bunch, and he doesn't want to die like that one fellow in the season 2 of House of Cards. And
Hey,
he gets
haven't
out.
seen
It's
it.
season 2. We're on to season 3. You don't get a pass anymore. And he gets out of the car, and he sends her a text. He's just like, I can't do it. And she sent him a text that said, get back in. And then he did, and he died. So they're
And
charging
now
her with
she's
manslaughter.
charging her with manslaughter.
Yeah.
Get back in is the coldest thing. Oh, but then the best part about it, the best part about this whole thing is the next day she was the one in charge of the fundraiser for his funeral. And so she put on all of the horse and pony show. She was crying, all this shit. And she was the one leading the memorial. And then
Get
they found
back
out
in, because all my friends are coming.
Dude,
and
seriously.
It's gonna be a party.
Let me
It's
read
so
you some of the-
maniacal and brutal.
Get class president. out of
let me
this.
read you some of the tweets that she posted afterwards. Such a beautiful soul gone too soon. I'll always remember your bright light and smile. You'll forever be in my heart. I love you, Conrad. I will never understand why this had to happen. National Suicide Awareness Day. I wish more people understood. I love you and we miss you every day. Conrad, help others. # we can end suicide.
And it was really around this National Suicide Prevention Day, so she timed it out perfectly.
Wow.
What a lunatic.
Wow.
She was just getting started.
In another world, if they didn't do that detective or that digging, this is what presidents do. This is how you get to become a leader.
Yeah, she sent a message to him saying, let me know when you're going to do it.
Oh, she was.
Wow.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, according to the police report, she not only encouraged Conrad to take his own life, she questioned him repeatedly as to when and why he hadn't done it yet.
Whoa. How would
So
you
you-
think she wouldn't get caught doing it?
That's a big paper trail, man.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
what, she's banned from being a Holdenator. And I'll tell her that
be one?
myself. I'll tell her that myself. And that'll break her.
I don't know. It might be too harsh, Holden.
I mean, at the
All
same
right,
time,
banned
though,
for 3 years.
All right.
at the same time, if you tell somebody to jump off a bridge and they jump off a bridge, it's on the person who jumps off the bridge, right? That's what the parents used to say. If all your friends jump off a bridge, would you do it too?
Yeah, but
just
it was
because
his
this chick told him,
girlfriend.
just because this chick told him to do it, he didn't have to do it. I don't. She's only guilty of making a persuasive
But no,
argument.
he was already going. He was like trying to do it, and she was like fucking. She pushed him.
Right. I'm just arguing.
When you tell somebody, hey, go jump off a bridge, you don't text them over and over again, did you jump off the bridge? Are you on the bridge?
And you also
Do you need directions to the bridge? Here's directions to the bridge.
Yeah, that's true. Well, she didn't provide him with the car.
Plus, it's like he's not. You tell a perfectly sane person to jump off a bridge. They're just gonna be like, well, what? I'm not. I've got no
I'm not
reason
doing
to.
that
Yeah.
shit.
Right.
This is someone who wants to jump off a bridge.
Well, if it's like a really low bridge and the water's right under there.
Well,
That
then
would
it's just
be
fun.
fun.
Yeah, we're not
Yeah,
talking about
that's
jumping off a
fun.
fun like
That's
summertime
Fun,
bridge.
goofy. Yeah, I'd love to do
Man, I
that.
would love to jump
Go be
off
a
a
kid
fun
for a minute.
summertime bridge.
Yes, fun summertime bridges are fun to jump off in the summer.
That's why I always tell people go find a unicorn. So this, anyone finds one, I'll get the credit.
Yeah, that's a good
I
point.
told them to do it.
That's right. But this chick is getting charged with manslaughter, and she's probably going to go to prison for quite a while.
Involuntary manslaughter, yep.
I'd say that's pretty voluntary.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
if someone's like, I'm in the middle of killing myself, I don't think I can do it, and you're like, pussy.
Yeah, I think
you
you
have an
get
intent.
it. I think you win.
Yeah, it is a little bit of a slippery slope, though, because it's one hell of a great revenge if you kill yourself and then they find out there are these people who made fun of you and stuff. It's like it's a gray area on like what is, because kids are, it's very difficult growing up, and there's a lot of reasons to kill yourself. I can think of 5 right now that I could legitimately kill myself over, and people would be like, that makes sense. You know, but if you're a kid, there's a whole bunch more.
Yikes. Get back in, Ben.
The Yikes Corner with Ben Kissel.
Yikes. Anyway.
Here's the Yikes of the week. I got 5 reasons to kill myself right off the top of my head.
Number
Yikes.
1,
I wrote them out.
I currently want pizza. I don't have it.
Oh, that's a good reason to kill
Why
yourself,
not?
though.
Number 2, how you're going to feel after you eat said pizza.
That's right. I know that I have to wake up early tomorrow.
Oh, my God.
Not happening.
Early, you gotta wake up tomorrow.
9 o'clock.
What if you get snow date out of it, man? It's snowing outside.
Then it's snowing outside.
Oh, that's
You,
that's the
anything.
best.
Any reason. Just looking at you. I got 5 right there.
I'm just gonna say I don't mind not living with Ben anymore.
Mean, Holden.
He's got to be surprised.
Reason number 234 why Kissel's going to kill him.
See, exactly.
And
yeah.
now it's your fault, and you're going to go to prison.
Oh my God!
So,
don't
Thanks.
do it.
Did it just get sad?
No, it's not sad. Marcus, what's going on, buddy?
Well, let's go back to this whole molestation story.
Let's find
out a little bit. Let's find out a little bit more about this guy. His name was Mr. Barrett. Mr. Barrett, he would chase and tickle his pupils, and he used to announce, "Watch out, boys! It's a red tie day," meaning he would be caning people that day.
That is so disgusting.
He's Catholic, right?
Yeah,
gotta be.
Oh, absolutely, extremely Catholic.
And so, what do the boys that were molested have to say about this? If any of them come forward and said that plaque is mean?
Oh, a lot of them have.
Okay,
because
good.
apparently, this prestigious school, 5 former teachers have been convicted of sexual assault at this school alone.
You got to stop sending your kids to that school.
And the inquiry has heard allegations made against a further 3 members of the staff.
Good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is in Australia. Yeah,
Well, to be a fly on the wall when the teachers are having their lunch.
What's it called? The Bill Cosby School for Little Boys.
Very good.
It is a little boys' school. It's a grammar school. Yeah, it's in Warunga.
Oh, they send all the pedophiles to Australia. You know.
Yeah, Australia's a crazy place, man.
Just send them all there. It's like, get out of here. And like, what's that place like? It's a whole country of get out of here.
Exactly. That's exactly what's in Australia. The whole get out of here people.
Deadly snakes.
Yep.
Everywhere you step.
All right. Well, the man's being honored. Maybe he will. Maybe that plaque lives on forever, or it gets vandalized a whole bunch. Who knows?
Maybe he'll get his wings. Yeah. Let's do an update.
Okay, here we go.
You guys remember the story of the guy that was arrested having sex with the mailbox while screaming "wow" over and over again?
This was in the UK, right?
This is in the UK. Yeah. He has been found dead outside of a Chinese food restaurant.
Oh, man.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh, yeah. Police are not treating the death as suspicious.
No.
They believe the 45-year-old's death may have been drug-related.
Yeah, most likely.
Oh, drug-related? Oh, no, really?
Oh, yeah.
That's so shocking.
And right after he had to sign the sex offenders registries.
Yeah, because of the mailbox sex, right? He was officially a sexual offender. And I mean, if you're going door to door and you do have to announce that you're a sexual offender, that is the best sentence to follow it up with. I had sex with a mailbox. And then people are just like, okay, well, we'll lock that up then. But you're not going to touch my kids, right? Nope, nothing. I don't like kids at all. Mailboxes are my thing. That's the best sexual pedophile or not even pedophile because mailboxes are ageless. But that's the best sexual deviant that there is. If you have to live next to one, the mailbox fucker isn't the worst.
Paying tribute, an acquaintance of Mr. Bennett said he had his troubles, but he wasn't a bad lad.
No.
Not a very good tribute.
He treated those mailboxes with respect, like a lady.
You got to know him first.
He always put the flag up before he had sex with him.
You got
and
to.
put it right back down when he came in it.
It was sweet. Well, what a crazy life that guy led, though.
It must have been fun, though.
Yeah, it seems like it really was. And it's kind of a fun place to die outside of a Chinese restaurant. Your last image is of a Chinese store there, and you know how good it is. It tastes amazing.
And you got to think about like the ease of his life. Like if the people that you want to fuck are all mailboxes,
they're everywhere.
Options are unlimited.
Right.
He was discovered behind the Shanghai Palace in Manchester early on Sunday.
Do you think he's just going to want to kill himself again in 15 minutes?
Wait a second. I got it. I like that. Thank you.
Man, now I just want Chinese food.
I know. I'm starving.
Yeah.
We can get it. It's everywhere.
Yep. So are mailboxes. This guy was great. Good for him. Yeah. How old was the fellow?
45 years old.
Wow. You made it a hell of a life.
Yeah. Good job, Paul Bennett. Rest in peace.
Indeed. So dead outside of a Chinese restaurant. We can all hope to have a similar fate. That's not so bad.
Would you do Chinese? I think I'd maybe go Thai to die in front
in
of.
New York, there's not any good Thai restaurants, though, so you'd be outside of a shit. No.
Fucking a hubbub of.
It's a hubbub.
Cultural.
No, it's very classic about New York. Everyone agrees with me. No good Thai restaurants.
Everyone agrees with you. Who's agreeing with you? You
Everyone from California. Have you heard of someone from Los Angeles?
I did have some Thai food in L.A. that was insane.
Blew your mind, right?
Blew my mind.
Yeah, Thai food here is shitty.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Have you not been listening to me again, Marcus?
What?
It has the microchip. What don't you understand?
It keeps it from him being able to hear you.
Oh, I see. No, man. Thai food in New York is not good.
No. Yeah. I bet better Thai food in Texas.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I've had shitty Thai food in Thailand, so I don't know what's going on.
The whole world's fucked up.
Oh, man. All right. So we can go. We're definitely going to Russia for our next story.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Do we want black market organ harvesting or drunken bears?
Drunken bears.
Drunken bears. All right.
Wow.
Oh, is this the one where they
it.
fucking cut out his gallbladder and shit?
No.
All right.
But I like your spunk.
All right.
It's been a long, tragic road for two blind alcoholic bears in the town of Sochi, Russia.
Is that where Ed is? That's why Ed's not here.
How did we fight these people for 60 years?
We didn't. We were alongside them. We were alongside them for a lot of reasons.
Oh, man. Two blind alcoholic bears. That's
Yeah.
so adorable.
Two blind alcoholic bears in the town of Sochi, Russia, where the Olympics were, that have spent their lives in a squalid cage as part of a restaurant attraction. For 20 years...
what?
Restaurant?
For 20 years, the animals were used as entertainment for diners.
Man.
Patrons would pay to give the bears beer and garbage and shine car headlights in their eyes.
That's how he is getting all that
What is wrong with Russia?
No, this sounds like the most incredible restaurant I've ever heard of.
It sounds very American to me.
You tell me I can shine my headlights in some bears' eyes?
What do you get out of that? What?
Everything.
Everything. Feed the bear beer. What's more American
I
than that?
enjoy the idea of feeding the bear beer, but I don't like the idea of shining headlights on it for no fucking reason at all.
Have you ever shined headlights on some animals before?
No.
Hey, well, don't fucking knock it till you try it.
All
man.
right.
Yeah, they glitter. It looks real cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Well, the owner, Zhinix Uzaborshivli, he said that he told journalists that the bears are fine, denied being cruel to him. He said, quote, beer is good for the bears because of the climate.
Ah, could be. I mean, really, these bears are just kind of stars, and they're getting star treatment. They're getting fed. I mean, to them, it's not garbage food. It's just food.
Yeah,
and you know, bears' natural food is nuts and berries and Lagunitas.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I've heard
salmon. You can throw salmon in there.
And honey.
Salmon and honey.
Yeah.
And
Soon.
it's just whiskey.
It's just such a bizarre thing to have in the corner of a restaurant as you're having a family dinner. Just be like, look over in the corner and be like, oh, that's right, there's two blind drunk bears over there. I totally forgot.
Well, the bears were rescued by the Brigitte Bardot Foundation.
How do I know the name Brigitte Bardot?
She was an actress all throughout the 60s and 70s, super hot sex symbol. She was in Carnival. She played the snake charmer.
Ooh.
She's very hot. Not hot today. She aged poorly.
She
but
aged all right.
No, she aged. Brigitte Bardot aged as she looks like a witch on Xanax.
I'm not that. I'm thinking of Adrienne Barbeau.
No, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Adrienne Barbeau. I don't know who that is.
Adrienne Barbeau aged wonderfully.
Like Angelina
Brigitte
Jolie.
Bardot? No.
Angelina
Brigitte
Jolie.
Bardot did not age well.
Yeah, look at her fucking
It's
face
heavy.
right now. She looks like a
she's
piece of
just-
foreskin the doctor
No,
threw
she's just
out.
old. She's fine.
She's old. She's an old.
No,
hot
but she
whore.
didn't. She didn't age well.
Well, how
She
are you
aged well.
supposed? You can't. She has to be in her late 80s.
You can
but
age
show a young
Sophia
picture
Loren.
of her,
Look at
Marcus.
Sophia Loren. Look at
With
Sophia
the last picture
Loren.
from
She's
Sophia
the same
Loren.
age.
No, I don't know.
No,
well, whatever.
let's look at
Sophia's
this.
an anomaly, though.
Sophia Loren. No, that's my mother is also beautiful.
Mother is very beautiful.
I'm sure that she is. I love that this, like, most celebrities, like Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, do like starvation in Africa and shit. Her whole foundation is dedicated to blind alcoholic bears. I didn't even know it was a problem, let alone a problem that needed a foundation to solve it.
A Romanian bear sanctuary has volunteered to take the troubled animals, and the Brigitte Bardot Foundation offered to pay to move them. The person in charge said the bears have a good chance of recovery in their new home. She said the people there have worked with dancing bears who have had similar problems, so it can be done.
With alcoholism.
Yeah,
huh?
with alcoholism.
All entertainers.
Not the first alcoholic bear that they've taken care of.
I didn't realize the alcohol rates were so high for Russian bears.
In Russia, definitely.
I mean, how would you not be aware of that? I mean, that's what they do there. They're bears and lots of vodka. That is Russia. That is what it is.
They got nothing else. They got no borders, and it just sort of like extends. I want to hear about like the Russian-China Far East border, where it's just sort of like blends in together like butter in a saucepan. You know?
Yeah.
That
That
there must
weird
be some like wild shit going on around there, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's I believe that is where I think they've got like gray skin there. They look real weird.
Yeah, right. Because how did they? I mean, a Russian and a Chinese.
How do they?
They look very different.
Yeah.
One is referred to generally as the yellow man, and a Russian is like a snow person.
Yeah, and you combine them and you get a gray.
A gray, like from Game of Thrones.
Can't trust a gray.
Yeah, Gandalf.
No one trusts.
Yeah,
but he becomes the white.
He becomes the white.
a Russian.
That's that's when they're pure.
He becomes a Russian. What do their eyes look like, Marcus? Do their eyes tell stories?
I feel like this is the one race that will make us all not racist, because we can all be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. Poor them, right?
Yeah.
They hunt and trap, I bet. Like you're either a trapper or you're a hunter. That's the only thing you can do.
What do you know? Their eyes are green.
Really?
Yeah. Very green eyes. Yeah.
Green like the grass they'll never see.
Yeah.
Actually,
I want to look at these dudes, man. Show us the
They're
chicks.
all smiling. What the fuck? I guess they're happy for a photo to come in their lives.
damn.
Oh no, that's a Russian. That's a Russian mail order bride.
Wow.
I bet she's
I'll
nice.
buy her.
Damn, dog. You need to have some serious ducats to get that Russian hottie.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, take her ass to Disney World once a year and shit.
Yeah.
Very
there
cool.
was some
Do you purposely try to sound like the retard from Eastbound and Down?
I saw him. I was like, somebody took my role. Damn, I'll never be able to be on TV now.
Yeah.
Someone took it.
I want to see a montage of American men at the airport waiting for their Russian bride to arrive.
There was, I think I talked about this in my community college. The guy, the 35-year-old fellow who worked in the dorm, because there's only one. He was the head RA. He had a Russian bride. 3 days after she arrived, she booked it out of there, and there were wanted posters everywhere. And from what I've heard, I think she's still roaming around America somewhere, and hopefully living the American dream.
I mean, she's
Wanted or
rushing
missing?
around.
Well, I mean, he said wanted.
Yeah.
He was very upset. He was very upset as Russian
Jackie,
bride.
you got to ask him again. He missed it.
You mean was she rushing around?
Yes, she was Russian.
Man, it was good before. I'll tell you what.
I like that.
I want to do. Would you do it?
Get a Russian
mail order bride?
No, and the same reason I wouldn't adopt from Russia. There's something in the water, or I don't know what the export of the human export from Russia is. It's never top quality stuff.
I don't know, man, but you think you could live the rest of your life and then die? You would die. You're gonna die someday,
Dude,
knowing that you never got
what
a
they
Russian mail
do.
order bride.
They show you that picture. They bait and switch. They do that with infants all the time. They show you a cute ass normal infant, and the thing that shows up, it's like Domino's pizza.
And you have
it
now
never
you're
looks
forced
like
to love it. Now you're contractually obligated to love it.
Literally. And there was one story that was so sad. I think it was in Staten Island. These kids were like 3 and 5, and the parents openly hated them. And they're like, they gave us the wrong kids, and they were trying to ship these kids back, and the kids knew that their parents did not want them at all.
Oh, yeah, man. There's a big problem, at least a few years ago, of Russia just emptying out their asylums.
Orphanages,
their orphanages with these horribly mentally defective kids and just shipping them all over to America.
Defective.
They're only because the Russians made them that way because they don't feed them.
Hey, yo, this kid's broken, man.
It's so sad, but it really is.
If that happened with my iPhone, I would return it. And
Exactly.
It back.
That's the
Box them up.
box them up, ship them out, return to sender. That's awful.
Returns and up.
Well, let's do one more story for the Russians. A married Russian TV presenter/actor, Dmitry Nikolaev, 30, from Moscow, has lost his testicles after he met a mysterious blonde stranger at a pub. After exchanging pleasantries and eating at a restaurant, they returned to his car where he kissed her, passed out, and woke up without his testicles. When he woke up, he felt an acute pain below the waist and noticed blood on his pants. It was only when he arrived at the hospital the doctors told him he'd been drugged and his testicles were removed by someone who is an expert in castration.
This is awesome. So does that mean that this woman, and if it does mean that this would be the case, this chick is unbelievably talented, had the poison on her lipstick the entire time, and at no point licked her lips whatsoever?
Ooh, yeah.
If I ever go on a date, and I might never go on a date again, but when I do, I'm making sure that she licks her lip at least once or twice so I know it's not full of poison.
That's the thing, though. This is why, and I stand by this philosophy. If you're out and you're drunk, you always got to go after the chick that nobody wants. anytime it's the girl that's like super hot and she's cool and down.
Right.
I don't trust it, man. I've heard too many stories. And those are people that travel in South America right now. One dude, like I forget what country this guy was in, but like he's heard about like apparently it's been happening a lot where these women will come, these like beautiful girls, and then they're like guys will be talking to them, go home with the girl, end up with their fucking like their liver's gone and all this shit. And he was out with this girl and he was talking to this chick at the bar, hot as shit. It looks like it's about like things are going well. And at one point he like goes to get something on the phone and he sees out of the corner of her eye she does something, puts her hand over a drink and drops something into his drink. And he saw that shit. Yeah, and if you like trash, he saw it and he just didn't say anything. He just got up and just fucking left and didn't drink anything. But it's just like that shit is happening all the time.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah,
it would be very intense. I would hate to wake up and just notice that your balls are gone. But I guess it's nice that they knock you out and they kind of go through a surgical procedure. They didn't kill the guy, which is a very simple way to get the balls there gone.
He said Russian police believe Dmitry was targeted by a criminal gang selling organs on the black market. He added, I thought it was just a cut, but doctors told me my testicles had been removed. The skin was originally cauterized and the operation was done in a skillful way. So surgeons believe the culprit may have been a doctor or even a vet.
So it's like DVDs, balls, DVDs, bags of balls,
churros,
balls. What do you want? We got knives. We got cassette tapes because Russia loves cassette tapes and balls.
Oh, he was too embarrassed at first to explain what had happened to his wife.
He wasn't too embarrassed.
Did.
He was terrified. His wife was gonna, I guess you could no longer rip his balls off. So at least that's safe. You're terrified of that Russian woman.
Yeah, I'm checking out some of this black market prices, like what you get. Pair of eyeballs, $1,500.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh.
A skull with teeth, that's like $1,200, but I knew that. Shoulder, that's like $500. Everyone knows that.
I feel like these prices are kind of low.
Yeah. And a heart, that's $119,000. A liver, $157,000.
Okay, now we're getting
easier
there.
to replace.
Right.
Hand and forearm, $385. Pint of blood, about $337. Spleen, $500. Stomach, $500. Small intestine, $2,500. Kidney, the highest price, $262,000.
These guys just seen dollar signs wherever they go, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the kidney is extremely lucrative.
Well, the market demands it.
Yeah,
you can still live, right? If the kidneys.
You can have one, and then one kidney expands into the size of two kidneys.
Oh, and just sell one of mine.
Jackie, what would you do if Doug came home and he did cheat on you, but he lost his balls in the process? I mean,
as long as he had the money, I wouldn't give a fuck.
Right.
Right?
Sure, yeah.
Also, cut out one of my kidneys.
Right.
I want to sell that shit.
That is a lot of money.
I mean, you could do it. You can sell your own. You can sell your own kidney. People do it all the time.
Think about all the
I don't think
balls
you can
could
sell
buy with
it.
that kidney.
Not legally.
Yeah,
Really?
not
They
legally.
do on the black market.
You can volunteer.
Oh.
Go to the dark web and volunteer your volunteer a whole
Marcus,
bunch of your body
can
parts.
you look up like certain websites we can go on to volunteer our kidneys?
Well, those are
Or
tough to
donate,
find.
Sell our kidneys.
Selling our kidney, that would take some time on the deep web.
Yeah,
Sell
you
my
gotta
kidney
find.
Which I'm not allowed to log onto the deep web at work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's good.
That is the only place I'm not allowed to go.
Do you know how to log on the deep web?
I've never tried.
I don't know how to either. It's
I know
really
a few
difficult.
people that do it, man. It's fascinating. I've seen it. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
I've never seen what it really
never
looks
gone
like.
into it.
You mean Google?
That's literally. I don't go past page 2
Yeah.
on Google.
I don't. I
Like,
never do. Why would
nothing
I?
after that.
These top three know what they're talking about.
They have to. That's why they're top
Sure.
3. I'm going to the number 1 source.
Oh yeah, skin, $10 a square inch.
Wow.
You could stretch that.
$10 a square inch.
Hey, I like that.
Damn. As soon as you start looking at people's
Dude,
skin like you
sell
do
your
linoleum.
skin tags.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely keep it. But I was gonna give it to me lady love,
Oh,
so
right.
she'd always have a piece of me.
Ew.
You can take
Okay.
dental floss and wrap it around the skin tags and pull on it. I read this on.
Yeah, I know. You can do it a whole bunch of
pop it
ways.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and do something like that. Yeah, I guess it'll bleed and bleed is what the doctor said.
Yeah.
You talk to him about ways that you can do it
I
yourself.
showed it to him. I had to pull my
Bleed.
pants down and show him the thing. And it's long now. It's been rubbed on
Just
and
for
Just
days.
get
Well,
like a
it's
little
gonna
cotton swab
bleed
of
and
peroxide.
it's long. It's like that long hanging off of me.
How long is that? Describe for the listeners.
An inch.
yeah.
Holden
3 inches.
made about
It
an
looks
inch.
like calamari.
Oh my God. Fry it and I'll eat it.
Why? I mean, and people are surprised that kids want to grow up and be reality stars and not doctors anymore. If you're a doctor, people like Holden just walk into your office and be like, look at it. And then you have to like tell him what to do.
He was like, show me, I want to see it. I was just like, you don't want it, man. But he looked at it, he told me, he immediately wrote a number down, didn't look at me, he wrote a phone number down. He was like, that's a dermatologist.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. It was a quick visit. He was immediately horrified.
Yeah,
For a
I'm
second,
sure.
he thought I was some sort of Frankenstein because of how much my skin changes all over the course of my body.
Did they still charge you though? Did they charge you?
I'm sure they better have
$40
charged you.
Well, they took all the blood out of me, and I'm getting the results back. So yeah.
But wait, you walked so like
It's like a
literally,
$30
you
copay.
walked in.
Nah,
and
he
you were
did a
like,
bunch of stuff on me.
Oh.
I mean, he looked at a few things, but it was just kind of a little faster than I thought it would be. I thought he was going to take his time. He didn't even touch my fucking gimmies. He didn't even. I thought he was going to give me the touch.
You know, I went to the doctor last week or the week before as well, and he told me, he's like, "Have you been checking for lumps and stuff?" And I just told him, "Yeah, I don't know if I have," but he didn't touch my little gibblers either.
It's like weird.
I thought that was mandatory.
It's weird when it doesn't happen because it's like I don't want it to happen, but I expect it. So I'm
you
a little
also
let
can't
down.
ask him to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, well, are you gonna fucking?
So that's why
penis?
I came in today. Yeah,
Yeah, because I want you to tell me if I've got the lumpy lumps. I thought I had to cough and all that stuff.
I was expecting it too. He went all the way down,
he yanks
touched it on the
on him.
groin, but he did not.
Damn,
And aren't we nothing
you're
with the balls?
paying them more than a prostitute, so they should touch your
Yeah,
junk.
I agree.
And
You were
aren't we
paying
supposed to
them-
get the finger up the ass at this age?
No, it's 40.
No, that's 40.
Is that 40?
Thank God.
Yeah, you guys have some time.
Oh, thank God.
I thought I was
This.
gonna get the ass finger too. I was like geared up.
Did
dude.
you clean?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I cleaned. I made sure everything was clean because I was geared up. I was like, dude, this guy's gonna inspect every inch of me.
I'm not ready for all that. I'm not ready for that butt
Me
probe.
neither. But I also don't want to have like ass cancer, so I'll do whatever I need to do to like.
You know
make
what?
Sure I
I'm
don't.
gonna go old school with it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I
You'll
care.
just find
Ass
out.
cancer's okay.
I don't know, man.
No, I
It's
guess
gotta
you've had
get
stuff up your
painful.
butt before.
Yeah,
No, I have not personally, so it will be bizarre. I mean, well, I've had shit up my ass, but
You've had shit
It's
up it.
easy.
well, I mean, come out of it. I mean, I've just had stuff go through it being shit, but I've never had a finger or a butt plug or like
That's
an
not what
action
I have the
finger
other
or
way,
anything
yeah.
up there.
This is like the
that
oldest
doesn't
man
match.
podcast I think we've ever had.
All right, Marcus.
All right, it's time for a segment
Let's
from
do
old
a segment.
McNeely.
Well, Ed, as you know, has gone away, but he's still in our hearts. He's at a prison right now. I thought it'd be a good time to remember his image and his memory by discussing some of our favorite Ed memories with each other. And I'll take the bullet, and I'm scared right now about that because I feel off today, but I'll do it.
Thank you.
We all appreciate
And
your
then
sacrifice.
everybody will go after me, and they'll have time to think about it. Jackie, why? What are you doing right now?
You want me to go first?
Yeah, I'd like
I
you
have
to go first.
pee.
Okay,
like
Jackie,
you to
go
go
first.
The
Yeah,
bullet?
you go
Yeah.
first, so you go first, then you go pee.
All right. So, well, I didn't know you would take me up on that offer. So Ed and I remember a time when Ed came home with me to visit my parents, and I thought that was really great. My mom wants me to marry him, so I was like, okay, well, let's go through all of the steps it would take.
Wait, your mom saw Ed and wants you to marry him?
Of course, 1,000%. So what we decided to do is I had a friend that had a bunch of DMT, so we decided to smoke the DMT. Went out into the beach, watched the sun set, and then we laughed until we cried while watching all of the children show us the happiest moments of life, which you can really see on a beach. And then we set off a bunch of fireworks together. Set off all these fireworks, and the cops came. They're like, you can't set off fireworks. And we're like, no, it's going to be okay. And they believed us, and then they left. And then we made a fire in the middle of the beach, and we just took a bunch of bones, anything we could find on the beach, which you can find armadillo bones, you could find, cat bones, homeless people bones, anything you can.
Florida
Throw
Beach.
it in the fire. Florida Beach, man. Get a bunch of bottles, fucking throw it in the fire, just set it out, and then we got on a boat. We stole the boat. We rode out into the middle of nowhere. We hit a sandbar. When we were on the sandbar, I looked at Ed and was just like, I love you, man. And he was like, I love you too. And I said, I'm never going to marry you. And he said, that's okay. I don't want to marry you either. And then we looked out into the sunset.
I think that it looked a lot different than how you described it. That is for sure.
Jackie, that's fucking beautiful. I cried.
It never happened.
Yeah, of course it didn't happen.
Really?
Eddie, Eddie can't get on a boat. Eddie sinks boats. You can't bring Ed on a fucking boat. Jesus.
All right, I'll do mine now. So Ed was hiding out in the woods because he just hugged a girl too hard and killed her, right? Yeah. And he's playing with the mouse, right? He's playing with this mouse, and I'm like, Ed, you can't hold on to girls like that. You'll kill him. And he was like, I'm not a smart man, Jenny.
It's not.
I was like, I'm Holden. I'm not Jenny. Life is like a mouse and men.
Yeah, exactly.
And I wrote a play about it. It's called Mice and Men. And that's my memory of Ed.
That's great.
And then he shit himself.
Perfect.
He shit himself, and then he started finger painting with his own shit. And I was like, don't do that, Ed.
No.
Don't do that,
No,
Ed.
we've all been there.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm not a smart man,
Jenny.
Billy.
We know
I was
that.
like, not Billy either, man.
All right.
Oh, do you have AIDS? And I was like, no. I don't know. I haven't got my blood work back yet, so find out then. Kevin?
All right.
Oh yeah, my memory of Ed was it was this one time we were texting and he was like, hey, you want to go to the zoo Friday? And I was like, yeah, well, that's dope. I haven't been in the zoo in forever, man. Let's go to the zoo. And then it was like Thursday night, and he was like, you still trying to go to the zoo? And I was like, nah. And that's my
I love that memory.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah. That's a
good one. Pretty good.
That is a good
It's
one.
Slice of life. We've all been there.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah.
Memories of Edward. Let's see here. I went home for Thanksgiving with Ed one time. That was really exciting. His mother had a small diabetic fit there. That was good.
Supposed to be fake.
It's supposed to be fake.
Yeah, and that sounds like a terrible memory.
Yeah, it was.
Jackie can't get in, but let's leave her out, huh?
Yeah, Jackie's locked out. That's fine.
Let her in. Let her in. Come on. Thank you, Amber.
No, Eddie, Yeah, welcome back, Jackie.
Remember, it's fake. It could be like a fake scene from a movie like I did. Or
Although I do want to throw out there, my mom does want me to marry Ed.
Yeah.
Still?
1,000%.
Still?
That is 1,000%
Why would she
true.
want you to marry? What's the upside?
He's the married man.
He's perfect for me in her eyes.
God, your mom's weird.
I know.
That is like, I've never heard of a mother
He'll love me till the day I die, though.
I don't even know if that's true.
Cheat on you, like
No, not in like a sexual way. I mean, he does. He will love
Right.
me until the day
He'll
I die.
love you. Yeah.
Yeah. Ed's fat.
Yeah.
So that's my favorite memory, and that's all that I have to know.
Good job, Ben.
Thank you. Ed is fat. That's nice, right?
Yeah.
Is it supposed to be make believe? Let me change it. Ed's thin. That's kind of funny
He
there.
could be svelte, and he doesn't
Eddie
have
is-
titties the way
Ed has huge
some
balls.
people have titties.
Oh,
He
that's
does.
good.
These aren't really memories as much as they are just things you're saying about Ed.
I honestly don't know if I've met him. So that's the major problem.
Yeah, I
I'm
feel like
going.
we're dealing with like a man going through dementia. We're like, remember Eddie?
Do not.
He's your friend. You've known him for 10 years.
All right, Andrew.
Well, before Ed went to jail, a few days before, no one had heard from him for weeks, and he showed up at my front door, knocking, slamming out. It's like 2 a.m., and he was in a butcher's jacket, covered in blood.
Right.
And he said that a butcher helped him. His car was broken down on the side of the road, and he was cold. Gave him the jacket, and that's where the blood was for. And and so I believed him, and I let him stay with me for a few nights. And he kept looking out the window and kept turning around really quick.
Typical Eddie, yeah.
It looked like someone was following him.
I imagine him doing this.
It looked like someone was following him.
I would love to watch Ed on the Lamb so bad.
And then the cops started calling, and it turns out he went to...
He's like, no.
Yes, they knew he was there, and...
Hey, it's the police. Can I speak with Ed Larson, please?
And I was like, he's not here.
He's not here.
But he was... Yeah.
Totally
Oh, no,
sounds
he's totally not here.
Yeah, no, he's all Anne
Definitely
Frank
not
on
here.
your ass, man.
And it turns out he went to a supermarket, and they didn't have bologna, and he's fat. And so he murdered the shop boy and took his jacket because he couldn't eat his fill.
Hey, that makes sense to me. Yeah.
Classic Ed.
That's a pretty good one, but I think I got to go with the zoo text. I mean, that's just classic Ed.
Oh, yeah, it's classic Ed.
It's just classic. If anything says, Ed's like, you want to go to the zoo? And then it's like, nah.
And then it's like, okay.
Yeah, he's like, all right, well,
All right, Kevin, you get to deliver his eulogy at his funeral. So,
oh shit,
there you go.
You got to do it right now, though.
Right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here's the eulogy. Ed. That's it. That's the eulogy.
That's it. And that's all it needs. That's all he needs. All right, that's the Roundtable of Gentlemen.
My fucking pussy's crying, I'll tell you that.
All right, find
More
us all.
drinking, the better. Yeah.
Find us on Twitter. That's Fatboy Barnett. I'm at Ben Kissel. That's at Marcus Parks.
I tell you what, man. If Ed and I got married, though, it would be the wedding of the century.
It would be disgusting.
We wouldn't touch each other, but we would be married.
All right, Jack the Worm.
Fucking wedding. Oh my god.
We eat great food.
Oh, eat so well. Such bad food.
It would be a 40 wedding.
Shrimp and fried chicken and anything on a grill you want to put on a grill. You show up with me, we'll put it on the grill.
And check out Amber on Twitter at Amber Smelson. And Andrew, it's just Andrew Short, right?
It's at _ Andrew Short.
Look out for the Masternator contest coming up soon. I need photo evidence.
Right.
No photoshopping. Holden Talks for 30 minutes coming in June.
Wow.
So we'll get a little bit of that, a nugget of that in June.
All
Ben
right.
Kissel.
Very good. Anything else, Marcus?
No.
All right,
No.
That's it?
Yep, that's
We'll
it.
talk to y'all soon then at some point.
I think I'm going to start getting into politics.
Do
Yes.
it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You got the skin for it.
Holden's getting into
I've had gross
politics.
goo in my neck.
Freedom.
For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to cavecomedyradio.com.